Good day. I'm Dr. Vishnu Durga from Action Coach Guyana and the Who's Who in Guyana Business. And today we continue our interviews as well with some very innovative companies that are serving the Guyanese market. And we've been receiving some questions about, what's happening uh, uh, with some of the business community at the moment. And this series of interviews is to make sure that you have some information about what is happening and what these companies are doing. So this morning, I am joined by Garfield from Harris Paints. Garfield, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am good. How about yourself?
Yeah, doing well, doing very well. Um, we are a user of your products as well. And for
Okay,
the
great.
few
Good to
people
know.
who for the few people who are not familiar with Harris Paints, can you tell us a little bit more about Harris Paints, especially in Guyana, and what makes you guys so special?
Well, Harris Paints started started first in Barbados, just about over 40 years ago. But we're in Guyana. We started first in Guyana in 1992. What Harris Paints, we are a Caribbean company. That's why we call ourselves the Caribbean Champions of Color. We product are designed and specialized specifically for the Caribbean market. So when we're developing our product, we take into consideration all the elements within the Caribbean and try to mitigate develop our products to mitigate all the elements, the humidity, the sea factor, the sun, the rain, the algae and so on. We will get within the Caribbean environment. We develop our product to fight against those.
Very good. And I noticed as well on your website that you actually have an app here. Tell me a little bit more about what the app could be used for.
The Colorways app is you can download the app to your get it on Play Store, download it to your phone. If you're moving around, and you see a color that you might, you're doing your project, your house, your commercial building, you're looking for a color, and you might be somewhere on the road and you see a color that you like, you could just use the app and take a picture of that color, and it will actually it will give you a closest match to that color within our database. And it will also give you complementary colors as well, so that can go along with that color that you're looking for. You'll find also on the app a color catalog, which you can also search and look at all the different colors that is there and select your colors from it as well.
Notice that you also have a lot of painting tips and a paint calculator even that people can use to.
You can use to calculate you could use to calculate your square footage, how much paint you have to use, how much paint is needed for your project.
Very nice, very nice. And this morning I was actually on an interview and I learned that quite a lot of my fellow Guyanese are actually taking up gardening, backyard gardening. But what I also heard is that a lot of people are using the time to spruce up their homes, painting their homes. At the moment, is it still possible for people to purchase from Harris Paints? What's happening in terms of the current conditions?
Okay, well, what we're doing, we're trying to assist customers as best as possible. And as you rightly say, persons are painting up, sprucing up their house, offices maybe at this point in time. But so what we're trying to do is to, as I said, see how best we can assist customers. So what we do is that within 2 days of the week, that is Tuesdays and Friday, we will take orders from customer and prepare those orders. The customer could pick up on those 2 days.
Okay. And then, we just entered the rainy season as well. Is there any advice that you would like to provide to people who are thinking about doing some work at home right now when it comes to painting?
Well, you'll have to try and meet it before the rainy season, especially for the exterior.
Mm.
because there's a lot of factors can happen when if you're painting outside exterior and the rain come down. All that paint that you put on will wash off. I mean, I've
Mm.
seen that happen. So you'd have to more focus on painting indoor, and even though you're painting on the inside, you still have to watch the humidity of of what is happening, because if the humidity is too high, you'll find that the paint would not dry as it should. If you have all that moisture in the air, this coolness in the air, you will
Mm.
find that the paint will take a longer time to dry. And even when it's end up drying, you might find that you will still run into some problem of cracking,
Mm.
or blistering up the paint because it did not get to dry as it should. So you just
Okay.
got to be careful when
And I know
painting at this time.
In Guyana we also have a pretty high water table. So, what about if the paint doesn't hold towards the bottom of the walls?
Yeah, well, we do have, as you mentioned, that we find that a lot of persons tend to have that moisture issue, especially lower down on the bottom of the wall. So we have a product called Super Block that we
Mm.
recommend that customer can use, or another product called Super Grip
Mm.
that customers can use, and that product will help to prevent. The Super Block is a moisture protection, so it's to block the moisture from coming through and actually coming on the paint itself. Push the paint off. It's to protect the paint from the moisture from pushing the paint off. So you
Right.
can use the Super Block, or if you're have a project you're working on, but you know you can't wait for the surface to cure properly, you can use Super Grip. It will
Mm.
allow you to still go ahead with your project, and your paint will still remain intact once you use a Super Grip primer. It's a specialized primer. It's actually a sealer, a stain killer as well. So
Very
and a
nice.
moisture blocker. Yeah. So it's three
Mm.
in one.
Very nice. I like the fact that there's a lot of tools on your website as well, a lot of information, and we do have the numbers scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So if anybody's interested, they will still be able to make contact with you guys as well. So Garfield, I would like to thank you for taking the time out, having this discussion with me here today. And once
You're
things get
welcome.
back to normal, I look forward to talking to you and sharing
Give
more
me a bit
info.
more. Great, great. Appreciate
Anything
it.
final you would like to share?
Just everybody to be safe. I mean, it's a testing time, but we just gotta be safe and do what we have to do to make sure that we are safe. Practice all the measures that we need to, so that we can get back to some sort of normalcy as soon as possible. Because
Thank
if we're not doing that, it's gonna keep stretching even further. This situation gonna be stretching further as the case keep going up. So let's hope that we can, if all of us can play our part to ensure that we can do what we have to do, follow all the measures so we can go back to normal, at least some sort of normalcy as soon as possible. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So, Garfield, thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
You're welcome, Vishnu. Bye bye. Take care.